Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Spring Convocation 2022. We acknowledge that we gather today on the traditional territory of Treaty 6 and the homeland of the Métis. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place, and we reaffirm our relationship with one another. Please stand as you are able for the honor song and the arrival of the Chancellor's platform party and our graduates.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much to our drum group, Buffalo Boy Productions, for performing today's honor song. Will you please remain standing as we join our vocalist, Linda Millette, in the singing of O Canada. Please be seated. Once again, graduates, distinguished guests, welcome. My name is Chelsea Wilness. I'm the University Secretary and Chief Governance Officer for the University of Saskatchewan. I have the honor of introducing to you the members of the platform party that you see before you. Beginning with the front row, on my left and your right, Russ Eisinger, University Registrar, Patty McDougall, Deputy Provost, Jay Wilson, Vice Provost, Teaching, Learning, and Student Experience, Angela Jaime, Vice Provost, Indigenous Engagement, Roland Duquette, Elder, Irene, Provost and Vice President Academic, President Peter Stoichev, Chancellor Grit McCreath, Nicholas Carino, today's honorary degree recipient, Suzanne Cresta, Dean, College of Engineering, Debbie Burshton, Dean, College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, Melissa Just, Dean, University Library, Cheryl Hamelin, Vice President, University Relations. And in the second row are orators, Kathleen James Cavan, Megan Philitry, and Dave Mensch. Mary Beasley, representing the University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. Jamie Bell, Senator. Abhineet Goswami, President, University of Saskatchewan Students' Union. Mustafa Kamal, President, Graduate Students Association. Erica Ritchie, MLA Saskatoon-Nutana. David Sumner, receiving the Master Teacher Award. Jafar Sultan, Associate Dean, College of Engineering. Akindele Odeshi, Associate Dean Academic, College of Engineering. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, leaders, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates.
Good morning, everyone. Even though it's not great weather outside, it's wonderful to be here with all of you today to celebrate this great occasion where all of these spectacular engineering students finally cross the stage to get their hard-earned degrees. I want to thank many people in advance of just making a few remarks. One is our Chancellor, Grit McCreath, who volunteers her time endlessly for this university, presides over convocations superbly, and this is the last convocation ceremony of 8 this week that she will be doing so. And I ask each of you, when you cross the stage, of course, as you'll hear again, to acknowledge her, because that's part of the formality of today's event. Eminent Chancellor, graduates and families, honored guests, I thank the many people who are here today to be part of this moment in this university's history. I do want to acknowledge Elder Roland Duquette, who was introduced to you earlier. He is here for every single convocation ceremony to honor and acknowledge Indigenous and non-Indigenous students alike. I'd ask you to acknowledge him, if you would, when you come across the stage as well. The Buffalo Boys drum group, who played that fantastic honors song that is such a rich part of this convocation. It's for all of you. Every member of that drum group would know upwards of 50 different honors songs. It's deeply personal and meaningful to their lives, and they're sharing that with you and with all of us, and we're all very grateful for that. Dr. Nicholas Carino, who is our honorary degree recipient today, Nutana MLA Erica Ritchie, thank you very much for being here. Dr. David Sumner, who is receiving our Master Teacher Award, which is the highest honor that we can give to superb teaching at the university. Excuse me, I had too much cream in my coffee this morning. And I also acknowledge the many faculty on the stage who are the core of this university. They've been mentors and leaders and teachers for so many of you who will graduate here today. I do also want to give a big shout out to everybody who's arranged on either side of this venue, family, friends, high school teachers, supporters in all kinds of ways of all of you who will be graduating today, because we all know that you can't achieve something this big without a lot of help along the way. Please join me in acknowledging all of them. I want to say hello to all of those who are joining on live stream, and I know that there are many. These convocations are recorded as well, and you can watch them afterward. And I want to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory together today, and the traditional homeland of the Métis. We pay our respects to our First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationships with one another, deepening, strengthening, ever important every day. It's wonderful to be back together again after a pause of some 2.5 years and I think about 1,000 days. Everyone among our university community, and that's 30,000 people or more, contributed to getting us safely through the worst of the pandemic so far. And everyone contributed to ensuring that this great university continued its exceptional research and teaching and outreach despite the many challenges that we faced together. And together is the operative word here. We're a wonderful, strong community that when it really mattered, worked together so beautifully to get to the point where we are now. And we are hopefully at the point of return, but we are in some ways at the point of no return, because we've learned much from the pandemic, we all have, that will change this university and our own lives in important ways, and that will help us help the world be a better place. I want to thank, in particular, all the students here today who have endured the pandemic situation so gracefully and so resiliently, and it paid off, because here you are, celebrating this milestone in your lives. Your hard work and perseverance have brought all of us together, and we're gathered here to acknowledge and thank you for that. We're also here because this university brings us together. A university is a wonderful thing, crucial to the ongoing conversation that we call democracy. We're so fortunate, think about it, we're so fortunate to be in Canada and to have the freedoms that we have. Given the world we're in now, where it's difficult to separate out what's true and what's not, where our future depends on knowledge and the correct use of it, where research holds the key to our greatest challenges, where not only free speech but informed speech are crucial to our humanity. Universities are needed more than they've ever been, and the University of Saskatchewan is needed more than it has ever been. It's why we say we govern ourselves not only on the basis of what we want to be, but what the world needs us to be. And what all of you crossing this stage, strengthened with a University of Saskatchewan degree, will go on to do in your lives will matter immensely to our collective future. And that's what I wanted to say just a little bit about. It's a great privilege to have a university education, and with that privilege comes great responsibility. If you don't make the world a better place, I ask you, who's going to do it? We need you to be thoughtful, educated, and humane leaders, because our world now depends on it. Some of the country's most formative political leaders got their degrees right here at this university. Not only a prime minister, but 9 Canadian premiers graduated from here. Many lieutenant governors of Saskatchewan and of other provinces as well. Many Canadian ambassadors to countries all around the world. We need every one of you to help ensure peace, ensuring that democracy prevails, fragile and embattled as it can be. We need all of you out there on the front lines of that one to fight for the most important freedoms that the invasion of Ukraine proves that we cannot take for granted, and to do this by understanding the difference between truth and its imposters. That's what a university education can do for all of us. We need you to become groundbreaking researchers who change how we understand our world. Many who have gone on to do that graduated from here, and people who wanted to do that have come here because we provided a great place to do it. An example of that is Gerhard Herzberg, who was offered a position here in 1935 by our first president, Walter Murray, so that he could escape Nazi Germany. Herzberg's wife was Jewish, when no other university on this continent offered him a position. Herzberg went on to win the Nobel Prize in Chemistry just over 50 years ago for the work that he did over a decade while he was a faculty member here. Many kinds of innovative research have occurred here that have made a great difference to this province, and the College of Engineering has been a huge part of that. We need you to help find solutions for the many health challenges we face, and people at this university have done that. We're home to the Cobalt 60 radiation therapy that revolutionized cancer treatment in 1951 and saved the lives of millions of cancer patients around the world. Former Chancellor and Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Fedoruk worked on it when she was a student here. The casing for it was made by the small Acme and Machine Company on Idlewild Drive, just a couple of miles from here. It's a great Saskatoon and Saskatchewan story. Many thousands of patients were treated here as well over the next 20 years until it was replaced with newer technology. At our synchrotron, the only one in Canada, we pioneered how to produce medical isotopes without using a nuclear reactor. And our cyclotron now provides medical isotopes to RUH instead of having to bring them in from elsewhere. That all is a fitting homage to that Cobalt 60 work done here over half a century ago. And none of that work could have been accomplished without engineering expertise at every step of the way. We need all of you to help ensure the world does not suffer from another pandemic. Science has done what was asked of it, to create vaccines in less than a year. And that was the culmination of a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, and decades of basic research. And our Vito and health sciences researchers have played a big role in that. But there's a role for everyone, every graduate from this university, to prevent the next one. If the pandemic is revealing anything, it is that humanity's healthy future depends on evidence and data-based scientific truths being widely circulated and understood. High infection and mortality rates are a direct result of widespread misunderstanding, misinformation, skepticism of information, and a politicized rejection of scientific truths. This university is named, think about it, after the very province that began Medicare in Canada. Please, let that not be forgotten. A graduate from our law school here, Emmett Hall, who became a Supreme Court justice, chaired the Royal Commission on Health Care that brought Tommy Douglas's vision for Medicare to all of Canada. Justice Hall was from here. He knew the value of this province and he knew the integrity of its health vision. This university has continued to accept that challenge of improving health care in so many ways, right through the pandemic, and the College of Engineering has played a key role in this as well. We owe the leaders, researchers, teachers, students, and alumni of our College of Education our gratitude for what they've done for us over the last 2.5 years. We need all of you to continue to accept that challenge as you move beyond this university with your degree in hand. The University of Saskatchewan degree you've worked hard to receive today, it has tremendous value. Many engineering employees tell me that when they see an application from a University of Saskatchewan grad, it gets special attention because the quality of the university is so high, because the quality of the college is so high, and because of its graduates' work ethic that's part of our prairie roots, and because you're problem solvers. And we need you to solve problems we can't even imagine today. I said that at a convocation 2.5 years ago when the pandemic was not yet even on the radar. We need you to solve problems we can't even imagine today. Saskatchewan's future will depend on it. The world's future is going to depend on it. This underscores the critical importance of investing in higher education and the fact that we are a crucial part of this province's future success. We're in a province with the natural resources that are second to none in this country, with almost half of Canada's field crop land, 30% of the world's potash supplies at a time when the world needs food, the highest grade uranium in the world when we need clean energy, more than 10% of the world's rare earth minerals, vast tracts of forest, fresh water, huge strength in oil and gas. But how to be innovative and sustainable and responsible with these natural resources for the benefit of all is perhaps Saskatchewan's greatest challenge. The College of Engineering has stepped up to that challenge. With a strong College of Engineering and as one of Canada's top-ranked research universities, the University of Saskatchewan ensures this province stays ahead of the innovation curve. Without our kind of research and teaching, there is little innovation. And without innovation, we all have a diminished future. So now, more than ever, we all need people with a degree like yours from a university like yours to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a healthier world, a world with the courage to embrace diversity and togetherness simultaneously. The College of Engineering is doing all of these things, and I'm proud that we now have students from over 130 countries attending this entire university, and many of those countries are represented by graduates here today. The world also needs us to be a university that responds to the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. And I'm grateful that the University of Saskatchewan is seen in this country as a participant, not as a bystander, in building reconciliation. We're at a time when the country faces the greatest cultural opportunity of its history. Being the university the world needs today means committing to reconciliation. Canada's future depends on our Indigenous youth making this world a better place in ways that only they know how. It will take a strategic mixture of patience and impatience, and it's going to take time. But as our first president, Walter Murray, wrote to a friend in 1908 when he was taking a train out here to begin his work at this great university, we are building for centuries. The University of Saskatchewan is a great experiment in human culture, a place where we learn to be humble servants of a democratic society while at the same time being respectful critics of it. None of you know exactly where you are headed, and that's okay. Take the journey for all of us, take the risks for all of us. Find the passion for yourself, make a positive difference to a world that needs you now. It's a great privilege to have a university education, and with that privilege comes great responsibility. If people like you don't make the world a better place, who is going to do it? I know you will do it. Thank you in advance on behalf of everyone here for taking up this tremendous and timely challenge, and I congratulate you on today's wonderful milestone in your lives. Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you Dr. Nicholas Carino. I am delighted to have the honor of introducing Dr. Carino to our campus community today as we present him with the highest honor our university can bestow. Dr. Nicholas Carino is a structural engineer who is recognized globally for his expertise in concrete technology. He has been a major contributor in setting building codes and standards used around the world. There is no doubt his work has led to a safer and higher quality concrete construction. Dr. Carino is also a champion of a concrete testing device, the K-slump tester, that was invented here at the University of Saskatchewan by another remarkable engineer and a beloved member of our community, Dr. Kay Nasser. Nicholas Carino was born in a small village in the region of Campania in southwestern Italy. When he was 7, his family immigrated to New Rochelle, New York. His father started a gardening business, and Nicholas spent summers working with him. After high school, Nick earned his bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees in structural engineering from Cornell University. Dr. Carino became a faculty member at the University of Texas, Austin, where he earned awards for teaching excellence. He then became a research engineer at the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, in the United States, where he had a 25-year career. At NIST, Dr. Carino performed research in concrete technology and helped investigate the causes of major construction failures, particularly through the use of testing devices. He was one member of a team that investigated the collapse of the World Trade Center buildings, which were targeted on 9/11. In recent years, Dr. Carino has been an important supporter of Dr. Nasser's K-slump tester, which measures the workability of fresh concrete. This device was used throughout the construction of Toronto's CN Tower in 2007. In 2018, Dr. Carino collaborated with Dr. Nasser and Dr. Akhem Al-Mansir to reinstate the K-slump tester as a standard test method to rapidly assess fresh concrete. The standard was approved by the American Society for Testing Materials in 2020. Both Dr. Nasser and the University of Saskatchewan are grateful for Dr. Carino's work in highlighting the value of this on-site rapid testing device. Dr. Carino's research in the area of concrete technology and his enthusiastic willingness to share his broad base of technical knowledge have made him a world-recognized engineer. Eminent Chancellor, I present Engineer Nicholas Carino and ask that you confer upon him the Doctor of Science honoris causa.
If you can just face me. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Thank you, Dean Cresta, for your introduction, Chancellor McCreath for bestowing this honor to me, and buongiorno, or good morning, to the graduates and their families and friends. I was elated when I learned I had been selected to receive an honorary degree from the University of Saskatchewan. I was, however, apprehensive when I learned that I was to give a brief talk at the Convocation of the College of Engineering. What would I talk about? I'm not a successful entrepreneur who could share ideas on how to develop a successful business. I had not been a successful executive who could recount his path to success. And I'm not a thought leader or influencer with a large social following. I am a former research structural engineer who is fortunate to have had an interesting career that continues to bring satisfaction to my life. So I decided to talk about the qualities and traits that I believe brought me here today. I'll begin a story from my childhood. When I was 12 years old and had been in the United States for 5 years, my father brought me an encyclopedia. For those of you who are not aware, an encyclopedia is a set of books. You know what those are? Books. Which are used to look up facts and learn about somebody, some place, or something. Unfortunately, with the advent of the internet and Google, most of the encyclopedia companies have gone out of business. Anyway, my father made a financial investment buying all those books, and he wanted to make sure that they were used. So he required that every Sunday afternoon during the summer, I was to pick one of the books and read from it. While my friends played games in the streets, I sat on my porch reading from the Encyclopedia Americana. At first, I was unhappy, but eventually I came to enjoy turning the pages and discovering new and interesting subjects. I especially liked looking at the flags of the different countries, and I tried to memorize them all. Another favorite subject was airplanes, from the Wright brothers' Kitty Hawk Flyer to the first supersonic jets. So from the beginning, I've had a passion for learning. Throughout your education, you've been taught how to seek new facts, theories, and ideas. This life of discovery does not end with your graduation. Those of you on a path to professional engineering will be required to accumulate a minimum number of professional development credits every year. I hope you will look upon this requirement not as a burden, but as an opportunity for discovery. For those of you pursuing academic and research careers, discovery and learning will be a necessity. However, you should venture beyond your area of formal study. I'll give you an example from my career. When I joined the National Bureau of Standards in 1979, which is the former name of the National Institute of Standards and Technology, I had a meager background in statistics, having taken only the basic undergraduate course in engineering statistics. At NBS, there was a statistical engineering division that provided consulting to the professional staff and gave short courses on different topics. So I took advantage of this opportunity to improve my statistical knowledge. and a new world opened up to me. One of the most rewarding courses was about experiment design, which covered the principles of factorial designs and the accompanying analytical tool known as the analysis of variance. I was fascinated by the simple, systematic approach that could be used to establish whether selected factors would have statistically significant effects on a measured response. With this new knowledge, I was able to see deficiencies in research papers where the experiments were not properly designed or conclusions that were not supported by rigorous data analysis. I used this new knowledge within one of my professional societies that develops standards. I volunteered to update the standard practice for conducting interlaboratory studies to establish the precision of test methods. Eventually, I went on to develop a lunchtime seminar program to explain to my colleagues the principles involved in analyzing the results of an interlaboratory study. In short, my passion for learning is likely the main factor that brings me here today. A second trait that contributes to my successful career is taking pride in my work. When I take on a new project, I begin by finding out as much information about the subject that I can in a short period of time. I want to understand what is already known and what is not known. Often I read papers where the researchers fail to do their homework and report conclusions that are, in my opinion, well-known facts. While working on projects, I took care to make sure I got it right. And I realized that that theme is very similar to the College of Engineering through the word thorough. So get it right, be thorough. If calculations were involved, I would repeat them using different approaches to ensure I obtained the same result. And this brings me to another story that I like to tell. During my university years, we relied on the slide rule for doing calculations. It's a clever invention that allows multiplication, division, finding square roots, cube roots, evaluating trigonometric functions, and much more. Most of the calculations are based on the principles of logarithms, whereby multiplication of numbers is accomplished by adding their logarithms and division by their subtraction. With this slide rule, you can read answers to at least 3 significant digits. However, there is something missing on the scales of the slide rule, and that is the decimal point. The slide rule gave you the 3 significant digits, but you had to provide the decimal point. This meant that you had to know the order of magnitude of the answer. For example, if the 3 digits were 689, you had to know if the correct answer was 689 or 0.689. At the end of my graduate years, the slide rule was replaced by the hand calculator with 8 or more digits and a decimal point. We became lazy and started to report answers to 8 figures, even if our input had only 3 significant figures. And we forgot about checking the decimal point. Was the decimal point in the right place? Only if you know the order of magnitude of the correct answer or repeated the calculation several times could you be confident that the displayed answer was correct. The computational tools available now are phenomenal, but it is still up to you to decide if the answer makes sense. That is the decimal point in the right place? A third attribute that contributed to my successful career is effective communication. In college, my worst grade was in the course Introduction to English. While I don't remember much of that course, I recall that it focused on creative writing. Had the course been on effective writing, I might have gotten a better grade than a C-. When I joined NBS, I learned that all draft documents prepared by the staff had to go through a rigorous internal review before publication or being sent to peer-reviewed journals. The philosophy of NBS was also to get it right. and there was a great pride in the quality of NBS publications due in part to this rigorous review process. My first paper to go through the internal review was torn to shreds. First, I was discouraged, but as I went through the comments one by one, I saw that I had a lot to learn about technical writing. So I vowed to become a better writer. I turned to this little 80-page book, Elements of Style by William Strunk and E.B. White. In the introduction, you'll find the following, quote, "Vigorous writing is concise. A sentence should contain no unnecessary words. A paragraph, no unnecessary sentences. For the same reason that a drawing should have no unnecessary lines, and a machine no unnecessary parts. This requires not that the writer make all sentences short or avoid all detail and treat subjects only in outline, but that every word tell." And this little book has been a wonder in how I went from a lousy technical writer to a decent technical writer. So, if you find yourself using the word utilize rather than the simple word use, or if you don't see the difference between the words alternate and alternative, you're a good candidate for this little book. Being an effective communicator also means giving effective presentations. I found that the keys to success are knowing the basics of making effective slides and practicing the talk many times before you give it. You should be aware of the rules of color selection. Be creative in designing your slides. Use animation only for purpose, and ensure your slides are readable. It irritates me when a presenter says, quote, "I know this is too small to read," and then proceeds to explain what I can't see. I found that an average slide should be about 1 minute to present. So if you're asked to make a 10-minute presentation, don't prepare a stack with 20 slides. You'll never make it. And the last aspect that I think has been important to my career is giving back to your profession. In college, I was introduced to standard test method and standard specifications. These documents provide standardized ways of measuring material properties or defining the requirements of materials for specific purposes. I got the impression that these standards came down from a mount, much like the Ten Commandments, and that they were irrefutable. Later, I learned that these documents were created by volunteer members of different technical committees. More importantly, I learned that anyone with the right background could join such committees and participate in the consensus process to revise existing standards or develop new ones. So I became involved in 2 standards writing organizations, the American Concrete Institute and ASTM International. For over 50 years, I've helped to improve the standards produced by these organizations. I urge you to join the technical committees of your engineering societies and participate in their document development process. Ask questions about current documents, such as, why is there such a requirement? Is this requirement necessary? Why can't an alternative method be used? The advancement of your profession relies on your volunteer efforts. So I've said enough. Let me conclude. Who would have thought that a boy from a small rural village in southwestern Italy would one day be standing before the 2022 graduates of the College of Engineering at the University of Saskatchewan and sharing his thoughts on the journey leading to this day? I extend my gratitude to Professor Emeritus Karim Nasser and his lovely daughter, Roseanne, for nominating me for this honorary degree, and to the University Senate for approval of the nomination. To the graduates, families, and friends, complimenti e auguri a tutti voi. That is, congratulations and best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Carino, and congratulations. Eminent Chancellor, President Stoichev, members of the University Senate and Board of Governors, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and to vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Would the graduates in the front row please rise and approach the platform? As you make your way forward, I'll let you know how the conferring of degrees will unfold. As you enter the stage, please stop and face the audience, as the hood will be placed over your shoulders. You may remove your mask if you wish. Once you've been hooded, proceed to the first podium where the orator will present each of you by name. Once your name has been announced, proceed to be greeted by the President and the Chancellor. And now this next part is really important. Make sure you stop and face the Chancellor, because this is how you officially graduate. The Chancellor admits you to the Convocation of the University of Saskatchewan. For health reasons, unfortunately, today there will be no handshaking, but you'll continue across the platform to be greeted by the Dean of your college and to receive your parchment from them. A photo will be taken prior to exiting the stage, and a photographer will also be backstage and will take your photo again before you return to your seat.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Certificate in Professional Communication. I present to you Emma Lillian Mary Cross. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I present to you these scholars and ask that you confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering, Chemical Engineering. Jordan Michael Edward Bondar, with great distinction. Germán Andrés Castaneda Suarez, with great distinction. John Garrett Buse Churchill, with great distinction. Peter Oluwamalai David. Truck Badwang, with great distinction. Rotimi Olotunde Edun. Kendra E. Farmer, with great distinction. Jared Thomas Folds. Desiree Ann Goodhand, with great distinction. Sarah Lauren Harwood Johnson, with great distinction. Annika Lauren Holmstrom, with great distinction. Griffin Drake Johnson, with great distinction. Marina Carrig, with distinction. Junhyun Kim, with distinction. Joseph Esteban Munoz Noroña. Connor Cole Noble, with great distinction. Chidera Francis Ochukwu, with great distinction. Praise Agene Maro Okwa. Elijah Carmina Aralar Pascual, with great distinction. Sorry. Andrew Michael Sabadash, with great distinction. Jawaz Sheikh Mukair. Attila Santo. Civil engineering. Eric Michael Ballin. Ryan Gerald Boyer. Andrew James Brown. Matthew Burnett, with distinction. John Patrick Casio Cardozo. Allison Mary Cresswell. RJ Posing de Guzman, with distinction. Alir Deng. Donna Marie Pasicolin Felipe. Dylan Fernando. Dominic Aaron Fraze. Connor Gillies. Charisma Valles Gloria. Anna Gorovkova. Angela Granada, with distinction. Andreas Sigmund Graupi. Nicole Lynette Green. Matthew Carl Guittard. Elena Ann Houston. Jem Isaac Mendoza Hulong Bayan. Logan Hunter. Audrey Anna Junk. Aaron Michael Konechny. Terrell Joseph Lerner. Humaira Tasneem Mesha. Tayeb Abdulaziz Malik. Liam Joseph Riley McCann. Jacob McMillan. Raha Mozaim. Khaled Nabelsi. Kaylee Jordan Nickel with great distinction. Caitlin Anne-Marie Olmsted with great distinction. Rimple Rajubai Patel. Dylan Joseph Powell. Harrison Thomas Roloff. Madison Dawn Ryan. Tyler Anthony Schatz. Logan Quinn Scheib. Matea Lees Smith with distinction. Mackenzie Iona Stephan. Nicole Ann Tan Tang. Sage Paynton Trottier with great distinction. Kyle Frayne Twomley. Samuel Keith Wasakase with distinction. Razina Zhao.
Kenneth John Del Monte Andal with distinction. Joshua Donald Bernier. Heather Caswell. Andrew James Frederick, with great distinction. Victoria Grace Ginter, with great distinction. Matthew John Richard Ingold, with distinction. Tyler Keeluck, with great distinction. Dylan Cole Lambert. Braden Daniel Lessler. Braden Martin. Mason Ochoe, with distinction. Dong Jun Park. Preet Yogesh Kumar Patel. Preet Yogesh Kumar Patel, with distinction. Elijah Rainville, with distinction. Jeremy Darren Rempel, with distinction. Nicholas Leon Robertson, with distinction. Jackson William Romanchuk. Jesse Patton Celine, with great distinction. David Sisek, with distinction. J. Rajesh Bai Shah, with great distinction. Jerome Adrian Renal Tan. Ryan Trompe, with distinction. Min Fong Bil Trong, with great distinction. Cody Wilson. Tazib Yafi, with distinction. Electrical engineering. Omar Jamal Abueda, with great distinction. Kwame Opoku Adai. Tala Ahmad. Afir Atefa. Dawson John Bacon. Liza Camille Katambing. Tyler Ronald Cochran. Darren Couture. Craig Gaviline, with distinction. Koa Huang. Mary Wong. Drew Kyler Johnston. Samuel Gilbert Klassen. Tyrell James Clausen. Riley Spencer Knox, with great distinction. Michael Marcel Edmund LePage. Newton Mohair. Joshua Taylor Mochenko. Emmanuel Ogushakin. Sid Pahwa, with distinction. Bryce Gerald Parnetta, with great distinction. Janesh Jesh Kumar Patel. Connor Prevost. Lawson Sipola, with great distinction. Afan Hassan. Engineering Physics. Cordell Blanchard, with great distinction. Megan Jean Brion, with great distinction. Jose Ignacio Gomez Vargas. Benjamin Shin Huntsman. Braden Allen Kirkland. Theodore John Kolkman, with great distinction. Anna Leshinsky, with distinction. Dominic Dale Neufeld, with great distinction. Clay James Franklin Ogilvie, with distinction. Rebecca Grace Shonawell. Spencer Arthur Thiessen. Corwin Michael Tomaszewski. Environmental engineering. Nur Anissa Ahmad Ilyas. Brooke Ashley Carrier, with distinction. Joshua Kevin Gollum, with distinction. Nicholas Adam Guthrow. Andrew Troy Reed. Nathan Kristen Reese, with great distinction. Corwin Conrad Shomechak. Geological engineering. Zubair Adetola Ladurjar. Devin Olinek. Mason Kel Visco. Mechanical engineering. Tala Sayed Ali. Muhammad Anas. Alexander Kwako Asare. Mitchell Roland Audit, with distinction. Vic Brian Bagi Bays. Spencer Michael Bast, with distinction. Kelvin Bates. Kelsey Lillian Marie Bershid, with distinction. Carleen Frances Brinkman. Jacob Alejandro Brombeg Flores. Brett Stephen Chamberlain. Jordan Tyler Derichenko. Oluwatoyin Martins Famuri, with distinction. James Jerome Farmer. Jarrett Reese Farrow. Jonathan Davis Fenske. Dylan Kyle Gutek, with distinction.
Dylan Gerhard Herman Hahn, with great distinction. Shay Zachary Hartman. Logan Heck, with great distinction. Ethan William Hill. Zachary Allen Hilsendagger. Rachel Ann Hudek, with distinction. Justin Colvin Hunter. Stephen Vincent Jean. Kahinde Adadapo Kahinde. Mason Nicholas Krauser, with great distinction. Jimmy Huang Lung Lei. Brady Robert Long, with distinction. Sarah Elizabeth Martins, with great distinction. Joshua John Mattern, with great distinction. Matthew Kenneth Robert McFall, with distinction. Hayden Adam McGowan. Scott Matthew McCarricker. Samuel Bakhtiar Nassim. Sean Robert Nixon, with great distinction. Dalen Brad Novak. Liam Gerard Obradovich, with great distinction. Deep Patel. Dallas John Reimer. Michael Ryan Schwengler, with distinction. Carson James Sarita. Connor Edmund Shirley, with distinction. Jordan D. Silzer, with great distinction. Mitchell Lyndon Lee Therio. Aaron Wade Thomas. Andrew Thomas Thurston. Riley William Tremblay. Lance Kerwin Santa Ana Tuquero. Ryan Garrick Vitek, with distinction. Marjorie Alejandra Vitri Basantes, with great distinction. Kurt Anthony Yeager, with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Engineering and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Engineering. I present to you Hadia Shamsad Butt. Rohin Reddy Kunduru. Ali Malikpur. Moira Elizabeth McCoy. Mahdi Mohammed Mustafa. Adarsh Sadasivan Shobhananda. George Adindu Hukachuku. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Engineering and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you David Ross Lucien Forsay. Rohan Kumar Gadam. Armand Hegonifer. Mohammed Moibul Hassan. Jasmine Kaur. Tolin Tombung Moirangtam. Everardo Montes Gomez. Logan James Mohart. Adriana Paula Noguera Kundar. Haley Janelle Popick. Puya Sabak Rui. Young Shen. Wenjing Zhang. Ladies and gentlemen, it is customary at the University of Saskatchewan that after being admitted to their degree, our PhD graduates will be met by their supervisor and escorted to join the platform party in a symbolic welcome to a global community of scholars. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I present to you Mohammed Shabul Alam. Mohsen Asidi Bagloui. Lumong Tsu. Yulian Ting. Hamed Adewale Ijanlaniubi. Mohammed Mehdi Hedari Forshani. Iswaran Namputhiri Krishnan. Joseph Idoko Ormarley. Nyat Hong Pham. Hadi Ramin. Ketan Kumar Sandhi. Fei Wan. Juan Fernando Yepes Rodriguez. Chainwant Ewan. Please join me in congratulating these graduates on their certificates, diplomas, and degrees.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees, diplomas, and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees, diplomas, and certificates to be granted.
Hi. Eminent Chancellor, President Stoichev, Elder Duquette, 2022 graduates of the College of Engineering and supporters, it is my absolute pleasure to be here with you today to celebrate the awarding of the University of Saskatchewan Master Teacher Award. The Master Teacher Award is the highest honor to be bestowed upon a faculty member for their excellence in teaching and learning at the University of Saskatchewan. the Spring 2022 recipient of the Master Teacher Award is Dr. David Sumner, College of Engineering. Dr. Sumner is a teaching leader at our university and in his discipline. He is recognized for demonstrating the qualities of a true teacher-scholar. He is a dynamic and passionate instructor who puts his students in the forefront of his work at the University of Saskatchewan. Dr. David Sumner grew up in Montreal and completed his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering at McGill University. His master's degree in mechanical engineering is from the University of Waterloo, and he returned to McGill to complete his doctoral degree, also in mechanical engineering. Armed with this great depth of knowledge, he began his academic career at the University of Saskatchewan in 1999. Not only did he provide key contributions to his college, he has excelled at it. In 2012, Dr. Sumner was awarded the Saskatoon Engineering Society's Engineering Educator of the Year Award. He was the 2013 winner of the Provost Award for Outstanding Teaching in the College of Engineering. His dedication to the field is never in question. He has fulfilled many important administrative roles in his department, including graduate program chair, undergraduate program chair, and accreditation lead. Dr. Sumner models and promotes the ethical principles of professional engineers. He is keenly aware that service to the public is paramount in his role as a professional engineer. This awareness makes him an outstanding model for his students and for his colleagues. In the classroom, Dr. Sumner is known for treating students respectfully, with many noting his approachability and genuine interest in their success. He creates a learning environment that encourages and accommodates students with diverse backgrounds. He is legendary for his chalkboard artistry, a man of many colors, I am told, and crystal clear explanations of complex engineering topics in the areas of thermodynamics and fluid mechanics. He weaves a story in the classroom that engages and enlightens students. He infects them with his enthusiasm for the topic. Dr. Sumner is skilled at bringing his robust research program in aerodynamics into the undergraduate classroom. He actively seeks opportunities to link external knowledge to the undergraduate material that he is teaching. Evidence of his success is the significant number of USAC students he has attracted to do graduate work under his supervision. Like a lot. Yeah, okay. Dr. Sumner has also made outstanding contributions to the wider teaching mission in his department and college. Undergraduate engineering programs are reviewed and accredited by the Canadian Engineering Accreditation Board. The CEAB oversees an outcomes-based accreditation system that identifies graduate attributes against which student growth must be tracked. Maintaining these standards, ensuring national accreditation, is critical to USask engineering. Dr. Sumner developed an outstanding continuous improvement program that ensures data from multiple stakeholders feeds back into the program and all accreditation requirements are met. Without success in the process, College of Engineering graduates cannot be licensed in Canada. Kind of important. Dr. Sumner's rigor in elevating standards within his own department and his profound professionalism are a model to all educators. His teaching efforts are made in the best interests of all learners. He demonstrates a dedication to his profession beyond the hallway and consistently leads by example. For the many reasons I have shared today, and for countless more, he is a worthy recipient of this honor. Please join me in congratulating Master Teacher Dr. David Sumner.
We have an award to present to one of our top students. The Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan recognizes the student with the top marks in our college with the APEGS Gold Medal and extends wishes to Victoria Gunter for success in her future career. Ms. Gunter grew up in Saskatoon and is graduating with a degree in computer engineering. While at university, she competed in programming contests, represented the University of Saskatchewan in a regional competition, and has an extensive record of volunteering in programs teaching children, both in the STEM fields and in the Saskatoon Public Schools Foundation Summer Reading Camp, which helps students strengthen their literacy skills. She also worked and volunteered to help fellow students in their learning through being a note taker with the AES note-taking program and being a teaching assistant in computer science. She worked at the university for 2 summers on research projects related to numerical analysis and networking, which helped further her understanding in these areas and apply her learning to larger projects. In the fall, I'm delighted to say that Victoria will be returning to the University of Saskatchewan to finish her 2nd degree in computer science. Congratulations, Victoria.
So today you receive your degree from the University of Saskatchewan. You have earned it. Every time you look at that parchment, it will serve as a reminder of the countless hours you dedicated toward receiving it. It's a culmination of your years of hard work, all of which prepares you for a lifetime of success. Congratulations. With degree in hand, you join our ever-growing alumni family, more than 165,000 USask graduates around the world. The following video shows where a degree from USask can take you.
Congratulations from USask alumni.
Minsan ko din ay mga kanak. Katipanishik Nation Nikas, Cody First Nation Donchi. My name is Judy Pelly. I come from Cody First Nation. I'm a Anishinaabe Kwe. I'm a Soto. I am also an alumni of the university. We all stuck together through all this surreal time in our lives, and we can go on. We can go on and see a better tomorrow, be a better tomorrow for us. And with that, again, Chimegwich, hi. Thank you.
You are now part of our growing alumni family. We are proud to welcome you as one of our own. When you started this journey, you didn't know all the challenges you would face. You've proven to yourself and all those in your corner that you are resilient. Congratulations on beginning this next chapter. You now belong to a community of more than 165,000 alumni. The following reflections from some of our many distinguished alumni show the ways in which they continue to carry the University of Saskatchewan with them throughout their lives.
I've seen academia as a fundamental base, but a platform to do other things that I have been interested in and passionate about. And I've been lucky enough that, I've been able to do that.
Upon completing my 2 degrees from the university, I went a different direction. I went into business, and I've been self-employed ever since.
those interactions helped me. These interactions, these opportunities helped me to create the path where I am right now.
I love being around young people. I love their energy. They're kind of like just starting out and they've got this whole life ahead of them.
You are always welcome here. Let's create a brighter future together. Today, we celebrate you.
This brings our convocation ceremony to a close. I would like to thank a number of people: our vocalist, Linda Millette, our drum group, Buffalo Boy Production, our elder, Roland Duquette, and the phenomenal members of the convocation planning team for their dedication to making these ceremonies a success. And a special thank you to Dr. Carino. You will always be a part of the class of 2022. Finally, now to the graduates. You have studied diligently to earn your degree, diploma, or certificate, and I wish you continued success throughout your lives, both personally and professionally. Congratulations. It is my hope that thanks to your precious experience here, your education has prepared you to meet some important challenges. How to heal an injured child, how to create art that transforms people's perspectives, how to protect human rights, how to engineer shelter for humanity, how to write a poem that explains the feeling of loss or joy, how to deploy capital to produce and market innovation, how to ensure that agriculture production feeds the world, or in summary, how to design and work for a just society. Earning your parchment is a new road to opportunity and adventure. The education you have received from this university has prepared you to meet these challenges. The world needs you. Follow your heart. Be ambitious. This will lead you to your true passion. That is our wish for each graduate of the University of Saskatchewan. Never forget this institution. Your degree is a coveted passport. May all your dreams come true. And as Dr. Seuss would say, yay, you. On this day, our final day of convocation, we retire the Eagle staff to acknowledge and recognize the conclusion of our ceremonies. In closing, I ask that you remain at your seats until Elder Duquette and the platform party have left the arena. Thank you.
Yeah!
you.